Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Let us talk about Git commit messages and how to regret and actually modify these messages when you have after you made the commit. A lot of times, where you would have systems that actually integrate with each other, like Jira, and it could be Bitbucket, and then you would have to, in order to push your code, you would actually have to add which Jira that you work on in the message itself. And if you forget to do that, then you're not allowed to push your commit. And that is exactly the situation I want to target right here. So let's say that you have created some new change right here. I'll create a new change. I'll say new file, and we will create a readme.markdown file right here. Yes, add that, and then we say, then we give it a good header right here, my header, and then we say, yeah, blah blah. This is how to use this project. That is usually what you will put in a readme.markdown file. You want to tell the new developer how to get up and running, how to start your application, and what is the purpose with all of this. And maybe you will also give some cool shell command lines that you can use in order to do some things. That is what you would put in your readme markdown file, but that does not matter, because what matters is I press Control K now. That is the commit message right here, and I'll write whoopsie. I forgot the Jira number in the beginning. That means that then your push would actually be it would not be allowed by your Bitbucket system, because Bitbucket has been set up in this situation right here to not allow if you forget the Jira number. You need to have a Jira number in the beginning of your commit message right here. But I'm going to forget to do that, so I'll just press commit. And I'm happy. So that was one commit right there. I'll just do some more changes right here, because I want to show you what you can do if you have not pushed your commit, and if it was just one message that you wanted to undo, then you can just use the git amend. So you write git commit -- amend like this. And look what you get now. Now you get the last message that you actually used right here. So this is your last message, and then you can actually change it. So that means now I can actually say this is, per default I'm using Git Bash. So that means that I'm also using VI per default. So I will use VI. I'll press I to go to insert mode, and then I'll write Mike's Jira, and then I'll say 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is Mike's Jira right here, Mike's feature, something like that. And so now I've added the feature. I've actually added the Jira number in the beginning now. So now I want to save the file. W for save and Q for quit. And now I've actually made that change. So now the history has been changed. So if I say git log, then I can see now now the history has actually been changed. Now the commit message has been changed forever now, and now of course I would be able to push my code. Of course, right now I'm actually using GitHub, so and I have no rules enabled at all. But it is not uncommon to actually enforce rules that you have to add something specific in the beginning. There's also you can also add rules to your Git repository that you want a specific length. Maybe you want at least 10 characters in your messages, or else you're not allowed to be committed and pushed or pushed. You cannot stop people from committing weird messages locally, unless you use Git hooks. I've created another video about Git hooks. So if you use Git hooks, you can actually stop people from actually committing wrong messages. But if you're not using Git hooks, then you can stop people from being allowed to push the messages. That gives them some problems, because if they have committed a message or made a commit without a Jira number in this example, then they cannot push their code, and of course they will get frustrated to begin with. But then of course you show them this way to fix it with amend. That this will work in a situation where the code has not been pushed, and where if it's only one git commit. But now let us try to do another example. So I'll do multiple changes. So this will be change 2. change one. So we will just start all over. So my first change right here, and I will say git commit Control K, Control K, and then again change one. Whoops, here I forgot to change the diary number. Yes, commit. Now I'll do another change. Change two right here. Now then I'll say change two. Whoopsie, I forgot the diary number. Maybe I'll add some numbers in the end right there also. And then we'll say change three. Change three like this. And again, we commit our messages and we say 3. And this time I can remove all of the stuff like this. Now it's just change 3. So now I have 3 changes. How will I clean up these 3 changes? They all have the wrong message. And they don't have the diary number in front. So I'll just write git log. Then I can see this is change 3, change 2, change 1 right here. I want to change all of those. Then you can do something called a git rebase. So now you are actually changing the git code trail by itself. You can use the git rebase like this, and it is okay to do this. You just need to write head like this, and you need to know that you're actually changing the git history. But in this situation, it's okay because you actually want to change these 3 messages right here. So you write git rebase -I, and then head 3, enter. And what it actually says right here. So first of all, you can actually also you can use this for other things than changing the messages. You can also say that there's some of the commits you actually want to cancel totally. Then you will just change. From pick to squash, S for squash. You can also edit them. So you can say which commits do we want to have. We can also squash all of them. In our situation, we want to squash. So that means that if we choose squash right here, I'll press CW for change word. We're using VI now. So I'll write squash, and of course I could just write S. I know that. So I'll say squash. That means that now we will still use the commit, but we will then we will meld it into the previous commit as it says right there. And go here. Then you go back to the navigation mode, and then again you can press change word right here, and then we can write squash again. This time I'll just write an S, so squash, and then again like this, and then I'll change the last message right here to something else. Maybe this could be something like a lot of changes has been made. 3 to be specific, like this. And when you use IntelliJ and you press escape, then you will always end up in your text area up here. So that's why sometimes when I'm here, then I press escape. It's just a habit, because usually you go back to navigation mode or command mode in VI so you have the insert mode and you have the command mode. And when you press escape, usually then you go back to command mode. But in IntelliJ, you have to press the home button. You can also press Control C. That's also one way to go back to command mode. With command mode, I can delete one character by pressing X, for instance. Now I will press home button again. And now, so I was actually already in command mode. So now I want to save this and I want to quit. So let us see what actually happens. So squash, pick. Let us see how this is interpreted. We'll say git log. Cannot squash without a previous commit. So that means that we need to have one commit first. So the git log right here. Let us just see actually what happened right now was that we actually lost our changes right here. So of course that is always a danger. You can see here, if I go to my git history, show history now. Now the history is actually gone, but that is good that we still have the local log with IntelliJ, so you can always get the local file changes right here. So if I go to local history, then I can still find my good old changes right here, and then I can that saves the day. but I made a mistake in the git squash command where I needed to have a previous commit in order to squash it. So let us do some commits again. So we will say this is one commit right here. Change one commit, and then we say then we do another change right here. That could be something like, yeah, that's okay. This is the second change. Change two right here, and then we say. Then we do a third change like this, blah, 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 and then this is change 3, and we commit all of these. And the story is now again the same. We want to change or want to rebase 3 times. So, okay, we actually get 2 options right here. We could actually continue with the rebase or we could abort it. So, it seems like you already have a rebase merger. So let us just say git rebase. Let us try to continue actually, just see what happens. Continue. Please fix this using rebase to do. So now I'll write edit to do. So instead of having a squash right here, maybe we'll just have a pick instead. So okay, so let us now see what happens now. Git log. Let us do a git log just to see what the situation is actually. So we have the last 3 changes, and then we have the. That's actually it. So that is okay now. Let us do the rebase again. So git rebase, and then we say -I have 3. And git rebase, continue. Let us just finish the old one. Yeah, now we've got a merge conflict with ourselves actually. So yeah, it's going quite well. I actually now completed the first rebase. Git log. So now we have change 3, change 2, change 1. 1, 2, 3 right there. Okay, that's okay, but let us just. So now we'll change this line right here. Okay, so now we'll just fix the. We'll just fix the merge conflicts. So we say git status. And you're currently rebasing branch here. We're still git rebase continue. You must conflict. Yeah, we have okay. We have to resolve them. So we will say git add readme.md. So now it should be resolved. Yes, that is okay. Git log. So now the first rebase was actually done. And of course, you should not start coding before your rebase is gone. So now we have the 1, 2, 3, and then we have the first. Then we have the first commit message also there. So let's try again to see if it goes better. Take the second try. Second time we'll try this. So yes. So let's do git rebase -I for interactive, and then we have the. And then we have the hit 3 right here. Hit 3 once again. So here we have them, and we have pick all of them, pick 1, 2, 3. But now let us change the messages. Now we will say Mike's Gyro right here. Mike's Gyro 1. So this is this could be 1001. That is the one that I'm working on right now. And then I'll say Mike's Gyro 1001 still, because we need to have that message, else we will not be allowed to push it, right? So we say Mike's Gyro 1001 again. And then we say let me say home to go to the insert mode, or Control C, that's also an option. Then we say WQ for save and quit. Yes, and we say git log now. Let us look at our messages right now, right here. We still have a 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me just say git show history. Still have that history right there, and then we can say git status. Let me just try to push this. Yeah, git log. We still have the 3 changes, so let me write rebase minus I. I'll try once again here. Hit 3. So first we can actually say S for squash, and but actually we should, we cannot use squash right here. Here we have to say pick, because this is the first change back in time. So let us try to write squash right here. S for squash, and then we write, try again, and then we say change this one also, and then we also say squash this message right here. So we don't want that either. Go back to home, and then we can say that we want this one right here. We want to edit that one. Reword, but edit the commit. Yeah, so we want to put R here for reword one right here, and then we say, then we can say squashed, and now with new commit message like this, and then we go back. Then we delete some lines right there, and then we say save and quit. So now we have reword, we have squash, and we have squash. Please enter the commit message for your change. Okay. Squashed some of the commits and reworded one commit. Yes. WQ. This is a combination of 3. Yes. This is the first blah blah blah. Yes. Okay, let us now see the history. Let's see what it looks like now. Git and show history. Look at this beautiful new history that we have right here. So now we have squashed some of the commits and reworded one commit. This is pretty cool. And if we look at the changes that we have in this one right here, if we double click, or if I say, please compare with local, or we can also say that we want to see the changes. Those are over here. And we did some changes. Okay, here we can see the changes. So here are the changes. Yes. So we actually did this with multiple commits, but because we squashed them together, then it looks like it's one commit now. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Yeah, of course I could play with this all evening. It's a lot of fun. If you haven't tried it yourself, then try the Git rebase and also try the Git amend, because the Git commit amend, because then when you stand in a situation where you have to change the commit message, then you can do it, and you will look like a superhero to your colleagues. Of course, you have to practice a bit more than I had right there. Maybe prepare a bit more. But the commands are Git rebase and Git amend. Of course, always be careful when you go and change the Git log. That is all for me today. I want to thank you very much for watching and have a great evening. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.